We very quickly became cancer deaf. That's all we heard at one point in time was the word. It was from my son. When you say you can get breast cancer, a guy can get breast cancer, and you show a now 30-year-old guy, it's like, wow, I didn't know. And that's been the problem. People don't know or believe. When Brett called and told me that the doctor had called him, and he said, I think you have cancer, but we'll know more in a couple of days when we get the rest of the pathology back. I was sitting literally at my desk. Peggy was next to me working on a video project. And he said, don't tell Mom, because I don't know yet. Didn't work. So it's funny that emotion is not really emotion. It's just reliving a very scary moment. Don't tell Mom. Are you kidding? I hung up the phone and she knew immediately something was wrong. But we went to action. We started making phone calls, screaming and yelling, hooting and hollering to get ahead of it, to understand, try to figure it out. But it's no stone unturned. It's yours. It's your kid. It's your human. Peggy just went after it. No ifs, ands, or buts. We just decided we're going to be in charge. And of course, the first thing she did was call Brett. But breast cancer in a guy, men getting breast cancer, people, if they shake their head, wait a minute, what? Really? Nobody really, everybody thinks it's a joke. It's not really a joke to them, but they thought it was kind of a spoof, and then they realized, oh, wait a minute, you're serious. I did not know. We didn't know. We found out the hard way. It's crazy. What do I remember about that particular morning was a cloud.
Well, it's 1T day for my wonderful son, Brett Miller. He's my hero. But he's got the biggest battle of his life today. The biggest one I've ever had in my lifetime. You are my hero. You are my rock. I love you more than you'll ever know.
We got him there early and to get checked in to get ready to have this mastectomy, which, wow, that's amazing. It's horrible. It's scary. It's amazing that you can do it and you can have it done. Oh, wait a minute, that's my kid.
We're going to go ahead and do that surgery, okay? Now, you remember we talked about the options for breast cancer. And in you, I think the best option would be a mastectomy, so we can remove that whole tumor and get clear margins, and we're going to sample some lymph nodes as well, okay?
It was scary, yeah. It was scary. But it was kind of blur. It was a definite blur. I remember everything and forget everything. I got these pictures. I remember the moment in the room with Dr. McCroskey talking about what he's going to do and why and what to expect. And we were kind of gathered around, and it was blah 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 blah. It was really just a blur of words.
So that's where those sentinel nodes are. And
Okay.
we'll remove a few sentinel nodes. If they look good on frozen section, then we won't need to take any more.
It was just, it's funny. I could literally remember every word. I can't pronounce every word. Because it was just a blur of nerves. It was scary, but I was very confident that it was going to come out good.
Oh yeah, I'll be out to visit with you right away.
Thank you so
Okay.
much, Doc.
I'll see you soon. I'm going to take good care of you.
Sounds good.
Okay.
I love you. Thank you, son. And I hope that you'll be all right. When Doctor came into the waiting room, there was a pretty good group of people in the waiting room, and we were just scared. So we heard that he was excited, he was happy, he was proud. He'd come in with such a powerful look on his face, and felt so good and so confident about what he saw and what he was able to do, and the clear margins and the no lymph node involvement. And you hear that from him without any question. Phew, goes away. So the first time we saw Brett, we felt good. We felt confident or reassured. We still know that there was other things we had to worry about. And then to see the surgical site and the drain really is a reality check. He kind of shrugged his shoulders. He acknowledged it, that he felt good about it. He was done, and he was on his way. And McCroskey, as a doctor, Dr. Ringhouse, Lon's his first name. What a human. But because of that, we felt good. And you gotta have confidence in somebody. You have to believe. You have to believe in what they're gonna do. Otherwise, you're just gonna second guess your own self. But we didn't. This guy is amazing. He spent the night, and of course they had to finish the drain and teach him what he had to do, and of course then we had to get that education too. He couldn't really do everything by himself.
They're home.
The kids, in the way they reacted to him, they never quit giving him crap.
Maybe a sore subject, but here's a toast to nipples, but without them, tits would be pointless.
I like it, Bobby. That's pretty good.
Oh, great! Thanks. Now I got to worry about it too. I mean, it was funny because we do make a lot of jokes. We do, and they get that from me. What are you laughing at? But without it, well, it's a lot more sad when you're not happy. It's so important for everybody's family, and everybody's family will support. You can't not. It's in our DNA to concern, worry. And the kids in our family, Peggy in particular, there's no stopping her. The kids were always concerned if we were concerned. But they had their own lives, they had their own worries, but they always wanted to check in on what does Brett need, or what can I do to help. The focus was on Brett because it happened. But I know that they were concerned. In the back of the head, you immediately think, oh my God, who's next? When's the other shoe going to drop? And that's the scary part. That's the unknown part. How do you get past that? Do you? Can you? Every day? No. Every day you got to kind of wonder, is this going to slip through the gene hole, and all of a sudden now we got another problem. We got another scary day. So far, no. For a period of months while he was going through chemo, kind of afraid to talk about it because you feel guilty. Why you? He never said why me. We said why you. He was strong, quiet, outward, and not. But he checked in, got his treatments, came home, he either took a nap or went right straight to work. We're lucky that it didn't affect him as adversely as it affects many that we know have gone through any kind of chemo or treatment or radiation. Maybe he's lucky because he was so young. Just put his head down and went forward. Brett's biggest challenge through this whole thing, we're back to the initial part of it, is the what? You do? I didn't know you could do that. It's dealing with a fact that nobody else could believe could be a fact. Male breast cancer. Breast cancer, but male breast cancer just really boggles everybody's mind. And there was a certain amount of, don't think embarrassment is the word, but there's a little bit of intimidation involved with that he had to share, and he didn't for a little while. But after a while, he said, like he said, it became a badge of courage. It's a funny word, it's a funny phrase, but it became, well, I got to go forward. I got to get better, and I got to move on, but I got to be able to tell somebody else down the road it's possible. Brett's whole premise is, how do you not tell somebody else to pay attention to yourself without, as he said, making it all about me? But unfortunately, we're doing this because of him. So that adds the credence to the whole thing. That adds the power to the whole thing. Is you can't tell somebody, hey, you can get male breast cancer without proof. Don't mean to scare you, but guys, you can get breast cancer. Will you? No, probably not. But there's a possibility, so pay attention. Be aware of it. That's the catch. When you start seeing guys of all shapes and colors and sizes and locations and geography finally coming forward and telling, given their history or their chronological story about what they went through and why, people coming forward, they're getting involved in their own geography. And so it's all these pieces of the map that come together to make this one little thing, this little male breast cancer coalition. It's pretty cool. Now we have guys from really all over the country, all over the world, who are finally saying, me too. But I thought I was by myself. I thought I was alone. And that's been the whole premise is, come out, tell us about it, and don't be ashamed. It's not your fault. You can gain some knowledge, you gain comfort more than anything else, to feel confident, speak out. If you need a resource, we're always gaining to have a resource of help. We're not the doctors, but if we have a doctor's information or a story or a study, if we have it up there, read it. Will it apply to you? Can it help you? Before they wouldn't talk about it, now they're going to events. They're going and participating. They're putting on the headband or the wristband, but they're still such a small cog, and they feel that way. Well, it's only 1%. We've only heard that from everybody we've ever talked to. When we hear that, quite frankly, we get a little rude. Yeah, it's only 1%. Would you like to be one of those 1%? Do you have a son, or that you wouldn't mind being 1%, because it's only 1%, right? How involved are we, or I, involved in raising awareness for breast cancer, male breast cancer in particular? Fortunately, only about 24 hours a day. But it's not something we can take away or remove, but the conviction to keep it up, to keep it going. It's funny, I don't even know where that is. When we say breast cancer, male breast cancer, and you want a proof source, here's a kid, here's a guy. How do I feel about him getting people to talk about breast cancer, or their particular case, male breast cancer? Amazed, really proud, amazed. It's really a powerful thing, and I understand why so many guys that we have met in person and or online or whatever why it's so powerful for them too. It's not in your normal speaking language, male breast cancer. It's just not.
My name is Brett Miller. I am 25 years old and I am a 1-year male breast cancer survivor.
When he gets up to go speak or be part of a big group and be up on stage with somebody else, it's amazing. The 8 o'clock in the morning walks, which we just love a lot. Why don't anybody hold a walk at 2 o'clock in the afternoon? What you don't know about Brett is incredibly quiet, assured, self-assured, strong son of a gun. He is a doer, very quietly. He's the caretaker for all of us. And he's very giving, exceptionally giving, more than I could ever imagine. He did, he does, he will tomorrow have breast cancer, but he's clear of the problem, but never clear of the history. And you still have to ask, you feeling all right? Anything changed? Because we can't get away from that. Even after as many years as he's gone through after chemo and being clear of cancer, kind of worry, is that other shoe gonna ever drop? Will it ever drop again? But it's only 1%. It's only 1% if it's not you. Then it's 1,000% if it's you.